Overthinkers. What unlikely scenario actually came true that you were completely prepared for because you are an overthinker? My friends called me crazy for keeping emergency supplies everywhere. 3 flashlights in my apartment, first aid kit in my car, protein bars in my work bag, even a backup phone charger taped under my desk. I had exit routes memorized for every building I entered regularly, including my office on the 15th floor downtown. Maya, you're planning for World War III, my coworker Jake would laugh whenever he saw me checking the emergency exits during our lunch breaks. I'd walk the stairs instead of taking elevators just to know exactly how long it took to get down. Everyone thought I was paranoid, but I couldn't help myself. My brain just worked that way. That Thursday started normal. I was staying late to finish quarterly reports while most people had already left. The office was nearly empty, just me and maybe 5 other people scattered across the floor. I was packing up my laptop when I smelled something strange. Not the usual coffee or microwave popcorn smell from the break room. This was different. Burning plastic mixed with something chemical. I stood up and sniffed again. Definitely smoke. My overthinking brain immediately kicked into gear, running through every fire safety procedure I'd memorized from those boring orientation videos. I walked toward the smell, and that's when the fire alarm started blaring. The few people still in the office looked around confused. Probably just a drill, someone said, but I knew it wasn't. The smell was getting stronger, and I could see a thin haze starting to form near the main elevator bank. Everyone instinctively headed toward the primary stairwell near the elevators. That's exactly what I would have done too, except I'd walked those stairs dozens of times and knew they were right next to the building's main electrical room. If there was a fire involving electrical equipment, that stairwell could be compromised. Wait, I called out to the group. We need to use the back stairs. Jake looked at me like I was insane. Maya, that's way on the other side of the building. The main stairs are right here. But when we got closer to the main stairwell, smoke was already seeping under the door. The air was getting thicker, and I could hear crackling sounds from somewhere below us. My heart was pounding, but my brain stayed focused. All those times I'd wandered around the building during breaks, all those mental maps I'd drawn of escape routes, it was all coming together. Trust me, I said, grabbing Jake's arm. There's another stairwell by the supply room. I know exactly where it is. 2 people followed me immediately. Jake hesitated, looking back at the main stairs. The elevators might still work, he said. No, I said firmly. Never use elevators during a fire. That's literally rule number 1. I practically dragged him away from the elevator bank. The smoke was getting thicker now, and you could feel the heat starting to build. We moved quickly through the office, past empty cubicles and conference rooms. I led them through a maze of hallways that most people didn't even know existed. The back stairwell was near the supply closet where they kept copy paper and cleaning supplies. I discovered it during one of my paranoid exploration sessions, thinking it might be useful someday. Today was that someday. When we reached the door, it was clear. No smoke, no heat. I pushed it open and cool air rushed out. This way, I said, and we started down. The stairwell was narrow and dimly lit. As we descended, we could hear sirens outside getting louder. By the time we reached the ground floor, firefighters were already entering the building through the main entrance. We burst out through a side exit I'd also mapped during my lunch break explorations. Outside, we could see thick black smoke pouring from windows on the 8th and 9th floors. The main stairwell we almost used was completely blocked. Fire trucks surrounded the building, and paramedics were setting up a triage area. One of the firefighters approached us. Were you the group that came down the east stairwell? He asked. I nodded, still catching my breath. Smart move, he said. The main stairwell was compromised about 10 minutes ago. If you'd tried to use that route, you might not have made it out. Jake stared at me with wide eyes. How did you know? I shrugged, feeling embarrassed but also strangely proud. I always think about worst case scenarios. I knew that stairwell was near the electrical room, and I knew there was a backup route. Later, when the fire department finished their investigation, they confirmed that an electrical malfunction had started the blaze. The main stairwell had filled with toxic smoke within minutes, making it completely impassable. The 5 of us who used the back exit were the last people to get out safely.